Jai Sri Krishna. And I hope you let your children and grandchildren listen to the Ramayana that I actually read out from my book Dadi Nani Ki Kahani. But today, for the grown-ups, I have written symbolisms in the Ramayana. So I thought I would share some of the symbolisms in the Ramayana, and I've just taken some notes so that I may share it with you. The symbolisms in the Ramayana has been inspired by great scholars. One was, of course, Shri Murari Bapu, who has given me an Ashirvad, and so has Ram Kinkarji. He's no more in the body, but I'm sure you must have heard about him. He was a scholar par excellence. So yeah, I'm going to tell you some of the points that they told me, and then maybe I will call it Symbolisms Ramayana 1, Symbolism Ramayana 2, so that you can look it up on YouTube and maybe find it. So the first thing when I went for Ashirvad to Ram Kinkarji and to Shri Murari Babu, the first thing they told me is that yes, you may write about the symbolisms, but we would like to say that it is historical. It is historical. And Ramayana teaches us the way of life. Let me read out some of the verses that come in the Ramayana just to give you an idea. One is Raghukul Riti Sada Chali Aayi, Prana Jaye Par Vachan Na Jaye. And this is actually the lesson that we learned from when Dashrath had promised his wife Kekai that I will give you a boon. And when she actually asks for it and wants Ram to go to the forest and give Bharat the throne, she asked for Raman to go to the forest for 14 years. And then these are the lines that come, कि रघुकुल रीति सदा चली आई प्राण जाए पर वचन आई, that this has been the way of life of the Raghukul family, and let life go, but let your promise not be ignored. Let your promise be fulfilled. And then I'd like to say another two lines that are my favorites from the Ramayana. And the second one is Uma kahun main anubhav apna, sach hari bhajan jagat sab sapna. Which means Shivji is telling Uma in the Ramayana that Uma, he calls her Uma, and he says, let me tell you my experience. Uma kahun main anubhav apna. And this is what Shivji says he has experienced. Said, such a Hari Bhajan. The only truth is Hari Bhajan. Hari Bhajan could mean, of course, your gyan, your jigyasa, your learning, your wanting to go for these spiritual matters, and Jagat Sab Sapna. And the rest, the whatever you see, is all a dream. It's all an illusion. I love these two lines also of the Ramayana. There are so many, but these are some of my favorites which I thought I would share with you before I go into the Ramayana, which I will tell you in brief. As I said, I'll call it Symbolisms Ramayana 1, Symbolisms Ramayana 2. The third two lines, dohas as they are called, because they are two lines. Bin satsanga vivek na hoy, or Ram Kripa bin Sulabh na soy. I love these lines. And if I'm not mistaken, they are said by Hanumanji in the Ramayana. And he says, Bin satsanga vivek na hoy. Unless you do satsang, you will not. Vivek in this case, I would say the power of discriminate between right and wrong. That's Vivek, because you know, is this the right thing to do? Is this the wrong thing to do? So, bin satsanga, without satsang, Vivek na hoy. And Ram Kripa bin Sulabh na soy. Without Shri Ram's grace, you will not achieve it. In the sense that I would read it like this, that without Shri Ram's grace, or without the Lord's grace, without God's grace, without whoever you may believe, बिन सत्संग विवेक न होए, and Ram kripa bin sulabh न सोए. Without the Lord's grace, it's not easy to attain, neither satsang nor vivek. So ponder upon these lines that come in the Ramayana, and then maybe we will go into the symbolisms. And if you want to know the story, if there are any of you, I'm sure most of you listening to me know the story. But if you want to know it in brief, it is there under Dadi Nani Ki Kahani Ramayan. You can look up the story in brief, and then I will go deeper into the symbolism of each character. Okay? So until next time, you take care. God bless and stay safe.